Hey, hey, Pete's Vibes coming at ya. Let me invite my guy. Let's see if he comes on and see how this goes. We'll get the telling my followers we're getting started. Oh, there he is. Are you joining? I'm gonna ask you to join again. Invite. I invited you to join. Let's see if you jump on. Here he is,
Good morning.
the man for the hour. Good morning. I
Good
feel
morning.
like I'm getting. I feel like I'm getting better at this.
I'm
Getting
sure. How many
people.
how many is this for you now?
This is episode 9. I'm
Nice.
excited. I'm excited.
Awesome.
Um, um, I think I'm trying to think of a name for it, and I thought the comic community conversations was pretty good, but I don't know. You seem so far away. Can you move in a little closer? You're right
Yeah,
across.
absolutely. I can hold it up.
I mean, I don't want you to be uncomfortable either. I just don't. You're like coming over here, and I'm like, hey, hey, what's up? There you go. Um, yeah, look at you. Look at you. There you are. Hey. um, yeah, so I was trying to think of a name for this thing, and I was like, comic community conversations. I know it's a long one, but like I feel like every time I try to come up with something, like everything has been taken. Every name has
Yeah.
been taken, and I'm just like, ugh.
I know a
So.
lot of guys who've been on here a long time, they always use that handle, the IG comic community. Maybe you're able to use
Well,
something like
that's. I mean, I do that on every post I do. So
me
along
too.
with Pete's vibes. So everyone's like, just call it Pete's vibes. Like it is what it is. Like, and I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah, I
absolutely.
guess
Yeah.
whatever.
And go
Um,
old evil Pete.
well, that was my old one, and the evil thing came from me barbering back in the day. We were kind of known as the evil barbers because we were basically like doing Don Rickles material on the
Okay.
customers. When customers would come in, me and my barbers would just roast everybody, and
Yeah.
that was kind of our shtick for a long time. And then the pandemic happened, and everybody got a little bit more soft, as well as I did. And it was just like something I'm like, I don't really, dude, I'm 50. Like, I don't need to be sitting here making fun of a 24-year-old anymore. It just sounds mean and kind of degrading.
I know exactly what you mean. I'm 50 as well too, so you with age, you soften up around the corners a little bit.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's not like I don't like making fun of people because I still like I mean, I still like heckling and doing the stuff that I do that I'm, oops, sorry, the stuff that I've been doing my whole life. But
Right.
I'm just
Right.
like, as I get older, I'm like, I'm tired, man. I don't want to think of jokes that rip on you about me.
It's hard to shut off, but I know what you mean.
Yes. Um, so tell everyone what your Instagram handle is
I am at all those comics.
at all those comments. Do you want to go by a first name? Do you have a name that you want to go
Yeah,
by?
I'm Larry.
Larry. Okay. Larry.
Yep.
Larry it is. Larry, all those comics. So make
Yep.
sure you go follow him right away. As usual, when this is over, I'm going to be posting it up on YouTube. So you can watch it on YouTube after it. If you missed anything. Um, so let's just kind of get into this. So tell us, actually, why don't you first tell me how'd you come up with your IG handle? Why all those comics as opposed to, were you anything before? Or was this a new one or is this
No,
fresh off the start?
it's fresh off the start. I think I've been on Instagram for about 10 years now. A lot of
Right.
guys around our, connections or what have you got on around the same time. I had gotten into comics when I was young, but when I got back into them, I don't know, 15 years ago, rather heavily, my daughter walked into one of the rooms where I had the comic books, and they were in a closet. When I opened up the door, she said, "Dad, look at all those comics." And that's where I came up with it. I don't know. I kind of just thought about that
That's
and
cute. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. That's a good story. I like hearing that story. Like everybody has a story why they came up with their name, and I'm like, I feel like this is a good question to ask people because it is interesting how everybody comes up with their names. It's just a little, even like I said, a little cute story like that. I'm like, that's awesome. Super
Yeah,
cool.
absolutely. A lot of these guys you connect with, you don't ever get to hear these things. That's cool.
No, for sure. And that's exactly the reason why I'm doing this. And everybody's like, what are you trying to gain out of this? Followers? I'm like, nah, I mean, the followers are nice and whatever. But it's like, if for me, it's, I've been saying this pretty much almost every episode. I'm like, I'm doing it because I want to connect with people. So when I come to wherever you live, because I do a lot of traveling for shows, like I travel all over the United States and wherever I can go to go look for comic books. So it's nice to have connections with people. So if I want to meet up and have a drink or meet up for a bite to eat or something afterwards, I can have someone because I go to a lot of these shows by myself, which
Sure,
I like doing it by myself. It's not that I'm like, oh, I have no one to go with. I have plenty of people I can ask. I just like to go by myself because I get in my zone when I'm at the show itself.
sure.
You know, I put my headphones on, I do my thing, and I'm engrossed and looking for what I'm looking for. And then
Yep.
afterwards is when I like to kind of hang and talk to people and see what's what, you know.
Yeah, it's really
Um,
cool. I see a lot of guys who do that if they go to different cons in different cities or whatever. They meet up with people. I've seen it over the years. It's cool.
For sure. And that's one of the best parts is after the fact, after the show is over, is getting together with a group of people or one person or two or whatever, and just kind of hanging out and just shooting the shit with everybody and, you know, getting to know people a little bit more. And now, you know, as I'm doing this now, I'm having a little face to face with people. So it's not like, oh, hey, it's not as I try not to make it as awkward, you know. And I get people, everybody's different, so it's like one of those things you have to kind of. And this is why I said I appreciate you coming on and doing it as always because not everybody's. I'm very surprised everybody's more inclined to do it than not. Everybody's like, yeah, I'll totally do it, and I'm like, because I've never seen your face until yesterday when I texted you for that 5 seconds.
Yeah,
That was
right.
the first time I ever saw your
Yeah,
face.
over the years, I'm one of those guys. I post all my books, but I only have a handful of pictures on there of
Right.
myself. Kept about my collection over the years.
Right. You know, and I had for a while I ran like 3 pages, 4 pages of Instagram. I'm like, bro, this is exhausting.
Yeah,
And I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm like, that's why I changed the name to Pete's Vibes. I'm like, this is just my vibe of everything that I'm about. Comic
excellent.
books, traveling, you know, music, everything that I'm into. I mean, like, I just don't want to have 50 Instagrams. I have three. I have the barbershop one, I
Yep.
have my personal one, and then I have the basement of evil, which is my little comic shop speakeasy, which I really don't do much on, but I feel like I need to get back on that and start doing more videos since I'm doing more of this.
Yeah.
It's it is fun doing it. I like doing it. I do like the social media thing. But what was your so what why before we get into the story of what got you into comics, what brought you into posting comic books online? Like, why did you start doing that?
I think back, like I had mentioned, somewhere between whatever 12, 15 years ago, when I got back into it heavy again, I started looking online. And I guess around that time is when Instagram kind of
Started.
became a thing more. I jumped on there one day, and one of my interests heavily at the time was comic books. So I saw it and I started just looking. Obviously, it wasn't as many people back then, but I just started looking through all the different people and all their collections, and I really got into it. I said, "This is really, really cool. I'd love to do the same thing."
Right.
So that's what I did.
Yeah. What got you into comic books then? Let's hear your little origin story of like what got you in, who got you into it, how do you still have your first book, any all that
Yeah,
stuff?
my dad got me into comic books. He grew up in the late 50s and the 60s. He was big into the sci-fi mags, the monster mags back then, but he did have a decent sized comic book collection at the time. And when I was a kid, looking at that sort of stuff just blew my mind. How cool it was, just off the wall stuff that you didn't see every day. Like I said, it was this or that, as well as like I remember when I was a kid when Pink Floyd The Wall came out, opening up the album cover, seeing all the artwork in there to me, all that stuff, as well as the comic books, the science fiction mags that he had, it was just it was really really cool. So I got into it shortly thereafter. I was 9, 8, 9 years old, I think.
Nice. Is your pop still around?
No, he passed away some time ago. Um, but yeah, that's where the love came from, was from him.
Did you talk to him about a lot about comic books growing
When
up?
I
Were
was
you like,
younger, I did, and I was up into it past my early 30s, and then life happened, and I had gotten married, and I had my daughter, and it kind of went to the wayside. I didn't get rid of anything. I just wasn't into it like I was.
yeah,
Uh,
life?
yeah, life, exactly. And he had passed away prior to that, so we had conversations up through when I was a teenager and stuff. But then it would have been awesome later in life to be able to have those conversations. But unfortunately, things happen and
Right.
life. Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
um, do you remember your first comic book
I do.
that you got or your dad gave you or something like, here, son, read this or anything like that? Was there any memory like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I remember the first one I got, he had given me, but the first one I got for myself was, of course, a Daredevil comic. I just absolutely fell in love with Daredevil, how he was a normal guy and a lawyer and all this sort of stuff just really, really stuck with me for whatever reason as a kid versus like these superhero people, which
Right.
I came to appreciate later on. But the first comic book my dad had given me, it was a very early, I forget the exact number, but it was a Doctor Strange book. He was into all that mystic arts and all of that sort of stuff. And it was really, really, really cool to me prior to me getting into Daredevil. It was in the early 100s, I know that, or mid 100s as far as the Daredevil book.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you don't have that book anymore.
No,
I
I
mean, you
still
do.
have it. I still have it. It was I want to say it was like 120. I went to a flea market, and that's where I saw it. I pulled it out of the box at the time, and that's where then I started collecting all the issues through there. Yeah, it must have been like
Yeah.
125, I believe.
Nice. Fun.
Yeah.
What's your approach to collecting at this point now that life has kind of settled down? I'm assuming, are you still buying regularly? Are you pulling new stuff? Are you buying like,
My collection got so big at one point, uh, prior to the pandemic, after the pandemic, it got so big. About a year and a half ago, I stopped buying new books. I kind of more focused on completing some runs that I had. I still need about 2 dozen Daredevil books in between 1 and 300 to complete that run. There's some other ones that I have, a bunch of Spawn and the Haunt run that I have complete. But I don't buy new books anymore. I buy new stuff that I like or things that I've always wanted in my collection. I'm now able to get them. But no,
right?
no more new books. I gave that up, like I said, about a year and a half ago.
So you're not keeping up with current Daredevil and all that other stuff. Yeah.
No, I see some of the things in the new run. I know Malieve jumped back on there, who I'm a big fan of, and I think it's fantastic. But I remember the volume two Malieve and how cool that
Yeah.
was for me.
Yeah. The Marvel Knight stuff and whatnot.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So no, no current comic book collecting.
Nice. Um, what was your transition from, do you read still? Are you reading? Are you waiting? Are you one of those guys that I need to complete the run, then I start from the beginning and read the whole thing? Because I mean, I know many people are like that. I'm kind of like that too at times. Like I'm like, I want to get the whole thing and then just sit down and because I don't read nearly as much as I
Yeah.
should. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm so far behind. I'm like, Fall of the Mutants. Let me catch up on that. I don't think I've read that whole thing.
Yeah.
Inferno?
Yeah,
Inferno? What?
that was only 30 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, I jump back in as leisurely reader, if you will. I'll go back, pull some old stuff because I have slabs. I have stuff that are just in my boxes and boxes. I'll go back and reread. Like to me, when I was a kid, the Frank Miller Daredevil run, whatever it was, 160 through 180, whatever it was, it was
Right.
just it was absolutely incredible to me. So from time to time, I'll go back to that. Or I was a I love the writing in Uncanny X Force, the original that came out in 2012 or 10, whatever it was.
Oh, wow, okay.
So I had really gotten into that. I absolutely fell in love with that series and got all those books. And then I have random books throughout the years I've still read stuff about that are in my collection. Nowadays, I the artwork has really drawn me in on certain things. If I see something that I think I want to get in a slab and display it or something like that, I'll focus on picking up bigger books like that that I've always wanted.
What makes you buy a slab book compared to buying a raw book? Like what is it about when you walk past and you see a slab, is there, I mean, you said you buy slabs. How does that work for you? Buying slabs.
To me, I just like a lot of collectors. Some are able to do it earlier than later. These guys accumulate or people accumulate this gigantic collection, and a lot of times it sits, unfortunately, in a box, and it's not out for people to see. But trying to designate a space for that, it's an undertaking. So depending on how large your collection, exactly, depending on how large your collection is. So for the past 6 months or so, I've been getting more of my stuff that I've had artwork or posters or whatever it may be. I've been in the process of getting all that stuff together. I'm now able to designate a space in my house
For
to present all this stuff that I've had for 40 years or, accumulated over this time.
right.
And that's when I see a slab or I'm looking at something and something really jumps out at me, a big key or something like that. I'll make it a focus of mine to not buy much else, save up for that one key or slab that I really want to get and do that. Um,
Do you have, so you're collecting the full run of Daredevil, like you said. Are you buying slabs of those books, or do you not care about the slabs of those or
Now I
anything?
don't care about the slabs for Daredevil. I have a ton of Daredevil slabs, like either some variants or like the first Frank Miller cover, or I have the first Bullseye all slabbed up. But the
And raw? Do you have them both raw and
I do,
slab?
yeah, I do. So in my run of Daredevil, all of those books are raw in my box. And then, like I said, the big keys for me of Daredevil, I've gotten those as well too, the slab and put up on my wall. So
I mean, I'm a big Daredevil fan too. The first 10 books I'm trying to keep slabbed, and then the rest of them are raw. A couple of variants and stuff like that. I'm the same way.
yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your experience with Daredevil as far as television and movies and all the stuff. Are you into it? Are you out of it? Are you don't
Yeah, I
care? Do you
watched the Disney Plus series. I think it's really, really cool. I think they did a hell of a job on it. I like it and how they have some of the crossovers and this and that. It was really, really gritty, which I liked, which was true to some of the comics and what have you.
right?
Obviously, the Ben Affleck movie that came out, whatever that was, 20 years ago, that was not my cup of tea. It was
Right.
it was too corny for me even back then. Um, but yeah, I definitely enjoyed the series. Uh, it was a big.
Do you
I
notice a big difference between the Netflix and the Disney one?
I do. Yes, yes,
For the better or worse?
for the better for me. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. How about you?
I haven't finished season 2 yet, or season
Okay.
3 of Born Again. Like I'm
Yeah.
struggling through it, and everybody's like, "Dude, just go." I'm like, I know. I'm like, maybe I just haven't been mentally there to sit and watch it. Like, and my buddy keeps busting my balls about it. He goes, you don't even read Daredevil anymore. I'm like, I haven't read it in a long time, so it's like I don't know what the hell I'm expecting. I don't know what the hell I want out of it. I just want to walk out. Like, honestly, dude, I liked the Ben Affleck one for what it was at the
Okay.
time. I was all into it. Is it great? No, it's not great. But just seeing those characters come to life for me, as you know, like you did, like, you know, do, we've said this time and time again, bro. I grew up with Reb Brown as Captain America and Nicholas Hammond as Spider Man. So seeing Daredevil the way Ben Affleck brought it, it blew me away. I say I was in tears, and everyone's like, "Of course you were crying. It was horrible." But I'm like, "No, I was in tears of joy because it was just cool seeing Elektra on the big screen and
Yeah,
seeing these characters done." At the time the best they could be done, I thought,
yeah,
so for me it was awesome. But yeah, is it truest to the comics? Is it cheesy? Yeah, I mean, it's all of those things, but at the end of the day, like, I loved those. The Disney thing, I liked the Netflix more so than the Disney, excuse me, so far. But I know, like, I was asked the question yesterday at my local comic shop. He's like, what would it take for Doom to make you not like Doom in the new Avengers? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I just want to walk out of a movie being like, that was fun.
yeah. Right, right.
And I just watched Supergirl, and that happened for me then. Was it amazing? No. But did it give me satisfaction? Yes. I don't know anything about Supergirl. I'm the first one to admit, like, I'm not a Supergirl fan. I am a Lobo fan, and I
Right.
thought they did great job with sprinkling in enough Dare or Lobo
Uh,
to give me the what I needed for it to break up the monotony of Supergirl. I don't know how great she was in Supergirl. I enjoyed her as Supergirl. There's other people. I mean, I'm looking at it as just another person writing for Supergirl or another person writing for Daredevil. Or I'm like, give me a take. Like, if it's a take that I like, great. If it's not, I don't like it. Who cares? Go
yeah,
on to the next thing. It's like
it's hard. I think movies are so subjective, and some people really might gravitate towards it versus somebody else. It's not their cup of tea, or it's not, it's not true to the comics or what have
I
you.
don't need everything to be true to what comic book, though. At the end of the day, what comic book does it need to be true to? The one that you love?
Right.
And then it's gonna be that, and you're gonna be like, well, it could be, and it's just like, bro,
Yeah, I don't know. I see a lot of guys, unfortunately, on here on IG sometimes just bashing the movies. And instead, like you just said, just go to enjoy it instead of being so negative about the whole thing. It's cool that they actually brought some of these characters to life and you get to see it.
the fact that we have a Moon Knight TV show, is it great? No, but the fact that, like I said, we had one, and the next time they do it, probably be a different writer, different
Yeah.
director. Maybe it'll be better, maybe it'll be worse. But I'm
Yeah.
not gonna just say fuck Moon Knight. Like,
Right, right.
you know.
Yes, I watched that whole series as well too. Yeah, it depends on what you want to say. How true that was in the comics because it was confusing as hell. It was left wide open. What's his name? Oscar Isaac. He was
Yeah,
fantastic and it really good actor, but the story was all over the place. It was crazy.
correct. And Moon Knight's another one of my favorite characters. And it's not that I hated it. I didn't love it. There's moments in it that I really, really liked. I mean, I feel like there's moments in every adaptation of every superhero thing that I've seen that I was like, that's pretty rad.
Yeah.
There's a moment. As long as I get a couple of those moments in every movie, I'm like, yeah, it's fine. It's good. I think the expectations are just set so high for everything for
Yep.
people, and it's just like, just go to the movies and eat popcorn and
And have
enjoy it.
fun.
What we're supposed to be doing is eating popcorn and watching a movie. Like, do we get this way? Did we get this way about Goonies when Goonies first came out?
Absolutely hell no. That thing was
We didn't
fantastic.
know anything. It's just like, who gives a shit? Just go in and you like it, great. If you didn't, go ahead and not like it. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. All these years later, people our age still love Goonies.
Right. Or
It's
Ghostbusters or anything. It's like,
all
yeah,
that. Yep.
do we like all the Ghostbusters? No. Are some of them
No.
better than others? Sure. But it's Ghostbusters. Like, who gives a crap? Just go
Right.
to the movie or don't. Go or don't.
Yeah.
um, so let's talk a little bit about the convention scene. Do you go to Where are you at? I didn't know. I didn't ask you where you're coming from. Where are you located?
I'm in the suburbs of Philly.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I live outside of Philly. I used to live in Philly years ago, but over the years, I progressively moved out further to the suburbs. Um,
Okay.
and you're Chicago, right?
I'm suburbs of Chicago. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
So
what?
yes, I have gone to cons over the years, Baltimore, Philly. I never went to New York. New York is a bit too much for me. Even when I was younger, it's
Yeah,
overwhelming. So yeah,
yeah.
I've gone to them.
Are you going to Baltimore this year?
I am not. No, not this year. You going?
I'm going.
Ah, shit.
I'm checking it out this year because I've never been to that show. And
Yeah,
tell me a little bit about that show. Is that a good show, a bad show? Is it worth going
it's
to?
a good
I mean, the
show.
lineup is stacked with artists and shit like that. I was and writers. I was like, man, I might have to. And I'm not a big signature guy, but I'm like, I'll be there for 3 days. I'm like, I
Wow.
don't think I will. I mean, like, I'm not a big panel guy and stuff like that. I mean, if there's something interesting happen, I'll go check it out. But I just want to walk around, people watch, dig, maybe get some signatures if I'm lucky, if the line's not long for somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna wait longer than a half hour for anybody,
Right.
personally. I'm like, I pay all this money to get in the show so I can sit in line half the day waiting for
Mhm.
Larry Hama to sign my G.I. Joe book. I mean, not Larry Hama would not have a long 45 minute long. But I mean, no disrespect to Larry. I like him and I like GI Joe. Don't get me wrong, but it's like one of those things. It's just like, like if there's not a long wait, I'll go and get a signature.
Yep.
And and that's the thing is, it's the guys who work the long waits are they're very current people that are like, blah blah blah. People aren't waiting as long for Steranko, which is a shame, dude.
Yeah.
It kills me because I'm like Steranko, bro.
Oh yeah, I see how things go. Is they want the
you
hot
know,
guy, a hot artist, or what have you, or the writer. They gravitate more towards that stuff. But some of the longevity for guys who've been in the game for a long time, it's cooler to me to meet those type people.
Dude, to meet Al Milgrom would have been
Uh,
amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. Like but that's what I'm into. I'm into Bronze Age. I seem that you seem like you're more into Bronze Age stuff too, like 70s and 80s.
yeah, for the
The
most
stuff
part,
you grew up with.
I do like some of the newer stuff just because the artwork is, to me,
Sure. Of
it's
course.
absolutely incredible.
Of
Story,
course.
yes, I definitely gravitate towards more 70s and 80s stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you ever done a cosplay?
No, that's not my thing. I get it. I think people have a blast with it and awesome. My personality, that's not something I would do.
Did you ever bring your daughter to
I
comic book
saw her
shows?
at one in Philly at one time. Yeah, she got into comics for a little while. Never forced anything onto her if she wanted to do it or whatever. But I asked her if she wanted to go one year. It was probably, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago. She was younger, obviously, and she had a good time. I took a bunch of pictures with her with all the different cosplay characters there, and she dove through some boxes, which I still have pictures of and all that stuff. So it was a cool experience for her, but yeah, that sort of thing was just never for me.
Yeah.
You've done it a few times, weren't you?
I did a Snake Eyes and a Vigilante. The
Vigilante,
OG,
the one
yeah,
I
the OG Vigilante.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
that's
yeah,
awesome.
I do it. It's hard. It's hard to do it. I like doing it. It's very exhausting.
Mhm.
It's very hot
Yeah,
feeling in the costumes, especially in the costumes. I mean, that Snake Eyes costume is all leather, everything, leather pants,
wow.
leather jacket, the helmet, the sock you have to wear over your hat for the helmet. It's just, I'm like, and then I got a little bit of a pooch, so I have to put a girdle on maybe, or a tighter fitting shirt to kind of pull me up a little bit because I want to look good. I mean, I do. I want to look good as the character when you're doing
Right.
it. Like, I don't want to half-ass it. So I'm trying to do the best I can with what I have. Snake Eyes was actually the most fun because I don't have to talk.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
So, and I have a little um dog, my little Timber,
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
and then the kids, and I posed some pictures. I put the little dog on their shoulder and stuff like that, and it was super cool. And the kids ask me questions, and I'm just like, I don't. And the dads always are like, mom's always like, Snake Eyes doesn't talk. He's not. And I'm like,
Right. Get your way out
so
of there. Now I'm sure
right.
there's tons and tons of people that were coming up to you for pictures and everything and
Oh
all.
yeah, dude. It was super fun. Like I said, I enjoy the attention because nobody knows it's me.
Yep.
So that's the kind of, so you kind of get the feel that Spider-Man vibe of like nobody knows who I
Yep.
am here.
Yeah.
But and it's kind of fun to be the hero of the show where people are like, oh, let's stay, and like if it was just me walking around, nobody would be like, hey, it's Pete, let's take a picture with me. And I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's that aspect of it is kind of fun of just being like of that part of it. But yeah, it's exhausting. And walking in the boots all day and walking
Yep.
in the shoes. And like my vigilante comic, I got like white uh water boots. So it's like they're not really form fitting. So
Yep.
they're like sloppy on your feet a little bit. They're not made for walking 10 hours. You know what
No,
I'm saying?
not at all. Not at
They're
all.
made for going down in your basement and cleaning out your basement when you get water down there. um
That's cool though.
yeah, no, it was fun. Like I said, I do enjoy doing it. And I probably would do it again in Chicago if I'm and traveling with all of it is a pain in the ass. It's a whole
Right.
suitcase. So
Right.
I gotta pay an extra, 50, $60 to get on an airplane with another freaking suitcase.
Suitcase. Yep.
And
Yep.
then on top of my suitcase that I carry, on top of the bag that I'm carrying for the carry my comic books. So I have three pieces of luggage that I'm lugging around. And then I got to carry around the sword and then the guns. And then that's an ordeal when you go to the airport.
Yep. Oh yeah, I'm sure it is.
It's,
Absolutely.
it, it's a lot of bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. But
but I,
if you're going to Baltimore, it's a great city to walk around. There's so much stuff to do inside the harbor, if you will. The city's
yeah,
not the best, but
I
there's
heard
some.
it's a little rough.
It is a little rough, couple blocks out away from the harbor, but you can have a good time doing that, or you can go to an O's game if that's your thing too. Depending on what time you go through the 3 days, there's some really good places to eat and all that stuff. It's a good city, and the con that I went to, or a couple times that I went to, I had a good time, no negativity whatsoever. So,
Yeah. I think actually my wife's going to come
oh,
with to
cool.
that show because I'm going to Terrificon also this
Okay,
year. And she's like, I think I'm going to go to Baltimore because I have an ex that lives in Baltimore. She's married, got kids, and my wife knows her, and we all get along. So I was like, maybe I'll hit her up, see if she wants to go out for dinner, blah, blah, blah. So my
yeah,
wife's like, yeah, I'll come out because I'm like, I don't really want to hit her up, this girl up by myself and go out to dinner with her. I
yeah,
mean, it would be fine, but I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like a little would feel bad for her husband to be like,
sure,
hey, So I'm like, it'd be much better if I was with my wife.
yeah, right,
And yeah,
yeah,
so but yeah, so I think she's gonna go with me. So we'll go out for a nice dinner and stuff like that. Which will be fun. Yeah, so if you want to send me any recommendations out there for like a really good dinner spot,
yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, I'm into that, or cool little cocktail bars because that's the stuff I'm into. Is like cocktail bars, wine bars, stuff like that. I'm into that. So if you have any recommendations, I'll be more than happy to accept them.
Yeah, I'll absolutely send it to you. The one really good bar they have there is James Joyce. That place has been there for a long time. He's an old writer from Ireland. Really, really cool bar to go to when you're there.
Is it like an old man kind of bar, or is it more
Yes,
like
it's like a bar restaurant, but it's an old man bar with all the old stuff up on the walls hanging everywhere. Really, really good.
nice,
Yeah,
nice? Okay, I'm into that.
yeah.
Um, okay, let's talk about DC or Marvel. What do you? I mean, you're obviously more of a Marvel guy than a DC.
Marvel
I'm
guy.
assuming.
Yeah. I've always liked Batman and then that sort of thing, and maybe the Flash. I've got a long run of Flash books too, but it was always more Marvel when I was younger that I've carried through life. That I've
What
al-
got you into Flash? How did you get into Flash?
I don't know. It was back just his kind of quirky character, I guess. Um,
Was there a Flash that you liked in particular the most?
the '80s one.
That was the that was not the Wally Wood was 90s, right? Or I'm trying to think of Jesus. Wally,
I believe
not
so.
Wally Wood,
Wally West.
Wally West. Wally Wood is the artist.
Yes. Yeah.
he did Daredevil, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. Yeah.
uh okay. Would that be who is that 80s Flash? Was that the Jesus, I'm not. Who's the '80s Flash?
Not Barry, because Barry came through.
Yeah, Barry was the '80s Flash, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah, it was Barry. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I guess it
Was that
was
what
at that
was?
time. That's what I was getting into. I was buying a lot of comic books at that time in the mid '80s. I was around that age, 10, 12 years old.
Right.
So I don't know. I saw it on the rack. I gravitated toward it. I picked it up, and then I started put it on my pull list for every week.
Did you like that TV show in the '80s?
No, I did not. There's a great comic book with him on the cover that's still
Yeah.
out there, but no, that wasn't my thing. I was into the cartoons back then, like Spider Man and his Amazing Friends, or
Friends,
all
the
the whole,
Hulk,
yeah, all
Hulk
that sort of
cartoon.
stuff.
Right. Yeah. Um, are you not a Superman fan then? Because I was to say Batman or Superman, but obviously you're more of a Batman fan.
I'm a Batman guy. Yeah, he was dark and gritty, and he beat up the bad guys and all that. Where Superman, he was crisp and clean, and he was Clark Kent with the glasses on. I just never, it
Never
never,
related. Yeah.
it didn't. I never related to any of that sort of thing.
Yeah. X-Men or Spider-Man?
Um, X-Men.
Why?
I watched tons and tons of Spider Man when I was younger. But the X-Men, they had all the different kinds of characters, like Peter being like the nerdy kid in school and all that sort of stuff. Obviously, when Wolverine came out, hanging out or fighting with alongside Colossus or Storm or any of those Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler was so cool back in the day too. I liked all of that sort of stuff versus another kind of squeaky clean kind of guy like Peter Parker didn't really
Right.
be other than getting the bad guys. It was X-Men definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, top five favorite heroes. Daredevil.
Daredevil's definitely, I wrote it down so I didn't forget. Daredevil is definitely number one. I really got into Spawn uh, for
Okay.
for quite some time too. Um, Uncanny X Force, I like that whole the original, the first run of Uncanny X Force. Batman, and then another one that's kind of I don't know. I don't know if you ever read or saw Haunt that McFarlane did for Image Comics.
The Haunt.
Haunt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've heard it. I don't know anything about it, but I've heard
yeah,
of
I
it.
have that whole run too, and there's all different variants. I have all those as well too. I got into that really big at one point, really off the wall character, and not your typical superhero, if you will. But again, he was really, really unique. I got into that big time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you in image stuff or other than that
Yeah,
and
I mean,
Spawn?
McFarlane was really big at one point. He still is, but the whole
Right.
Spawn thing when he came out in the early '90s, I was still into it. Getting out of high school around that time, and I still have a large collection of Spawn. Some of the other Image stuff, there was a bunch of runs that I got into with Image, and some of the other independent labels that I got into. But yeah, some of the stuff with Image was really cool.
Yeah. Um, top five favorite villains.
Bullseye is my number one villain. Obviously, going up against Daredevil was just a big, big one for me when I was a kid, and still is
So
today.
you do you feel like they adapted him well with the TV show in the new series?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I
Because
do.
everybody says that he's the best part of Daredevil.
Yeah, he's a very cool character, obviously, and they've come a long way from the movie with Ben Affleck. What the hell's his name?
Colin Farrell. Which dude, yeah,
Yeah,
but he was fun though, dude. He had some
yeah,
really cool
I
the
know.
fucking the peanut seat. Like, dude, there's so much cool stuff. That's what I mean. Like, as cheesy it is, there's so many cool little things in there where like you could see a comic book him doing that in a comic book where it's like so cool. I
Yeah,
love that.
I mean, I get it, and they did play off of that, but it's embedded, like you just said, how cheesy or corny it was. It was, the new Bullseye is definitely much better than the Colin Farrell one. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
so
That was Bullseye. The second is Joker. I just always thought the Joker was cool. When Jack played him back in the day, or when Heath Ledger did. Also in the comic books, he was always just doing shit to Batman just to basically piss him off. He didn't have any rhyme or reason for doing it.
Right.
And it was just always like cool. Like he never had this ultimate agenda. He was just doing it.
Yeah. I love Nicholson as Joker.
So did
Dude,
I.
watching that movie recently, dude, I was like, fuck Heath Ledger, dude. Like, I mean, I liked Heath Ledger's Joker, but there was a panache about Nicholson that people like, oh, he was kind of like he was kind of the thought process of people like he's a little too like Heath Ledger's so dark and this and that, and I'm like, dude, Nicholson's pretty fucking dark in that,
Oh
and
yeah,
like
it was.
the scene that really hit me watching that was when he kills Bob the Goon.
Oh yeah, yep,
Like, just it was nothing
yep,
for him.
yeah,
He was by his side the whole movie, bro.
yeah.
And then he just pulls out a gun and shoots him. He's like, moving on.
Yeah,
And you're like,
exactly. No,
Bob,
no rhyme or
Bob, what
reason to
happened? Bob.
it. Yeah.
And like that just showed the craziness of Joker in that movie. Like that was peak for me, Joker. That scene, I was like, wow, what a fucking lunatic, dude. Like so great. And I don't know, dude. That scene in particular was just one of those Joker scenes that I was like, I know everybody talks about the pencil scene and this and that, but I'm like, dude,
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, like you
that
see, the two different writers, the two different styles.
totally,
Yeah,
totally,
I completely appreciate Heath Ledger, and I think it was fantastic, and the
for
Christian
sure.
Christian Bale Batman. But I'm with you. When Jack came out, whatever that was, 90, 93, 94. I think
89,
it
80,
was 89. No,
88.
you're right. You're right. Yeah,
88, dude. 88,
yeah,
89 is when that movie
yep,
came out.
yep. So when that came out, I was at that age. It was unbelievable watching that whole thing. It was incredible.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah. I was always a big fan of Apocalypse. I got into X Factor back in the day when they used to go up against Apocalypse and all that sort of thing. X Men is one too. I thought Galactus was a really cool character too. I never got into the Fantastic Four or anything, but he used to go up against Silver Surfer and all that sort of stuff too, which I always thought was a cool character.
I love Silver Surfer. He's one of my all-time favorites as well.
Yeah,
He's
he's a
up there. He's up there.
very cool character. And the last one I have is Reverse Flash.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Um, let's talk about your top three. Let's see your top three books in your collection.
Top three books in my collection.
I mean, you
Uh,
got some nice ones in the background there. I see that Batman's a nice book, and
yeah, I have that.
that Daredevil homage cover is a fun one.
Yeah. This is a big one for me. This Spawn book. It's a
Okay.
it's a sketch variant that you don't see too often. Uh, what is it? 189. Yeah, 189. It's a McFarlane sketch variant. I don't know how many were printed. But you can look online. Some of the prices are absolutely crazy for what this thing goes. When I got back into collecting about 15 years ago, one of the things I wanted to do was get some really rare stuff that you don't see too often. I think that is a cool part of my collection, getting something like this. Uh,
Right.
this probably is my most valuable. Well, I have one other one that's more valuable, but as far as rarity, this is probably the rarest one that I have.
That's cool. That's super fun.
Yeah,
And you got a
um,
nice grade on it. 9.6 is a nice grade
nine
for it.
six.
Did you buy it graded or did you get
No,
it graded?
I bought it graded.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do
You'll.
you submit some do you submit stuff or do you just buy it graded?
I used to have an account. I don't know 5 6 years ago, and I got a bunch of my stuff graded at that time, and then I stopped. But I do have another submission coming up. I've been saying it for about 2 years now, but I have about 20 or 25 books that I want to get clean pressed and sent out. One more to get basically my last go round of books that I want to be able to slab and display.
Yeah.
So The second book, I'm sure you'll appreciate this one.
I don't have that one, dude. I need to get that one. That's
I bought this off of somebody on IG probably, I don't know, 7 8 years ago, on this thing, and the price is really skyrocketed on this too. You don't see this too often anymore.
no.
Once in a while, really really good grade. Obviously,
Yeah, yeah. Perfect. Yeah.
yeah,
Great.
super cool book.
Yeah. Jelly. Jelly. Not gonna lie, Jelly.
I would, and this is another one.
Yeah.
I think for me, this is the greatest comic book cover. Yeah, people Action Comics one or Amazing Fantasy or what have you.
Look above me. Right there.
Yep,
Hold
yep.
on. Let me get you over there. Ah, hold on. Let me flip this around here real quick. It is. It's. How do I flip this? Oh, here we go. Whoops. Nope.
Ah, there you go.
There's my little. I got a little silver there, Funko.
That's
But yeah,
awesome.
dude. Yeah, dude. And it's yeah. Silver Surfer is one of my. I have my little Silver Surfer shrine over here.
Yeah, I remember when
Um,
you gave the tours. You used to do a video tour of your room. I watched it a couple times. It was really impressive, dude.
yeah, I love my. Yeah, Silver Surfer is one of my jams for
That's
sure.
awesome.
Yeah, that's a great book. Congratulations on getting that one. I know that's a lot of people's Grail book for sure.
Yeah, that was
It's
another
it,
one I got about 6 or 7 years ago that I really, really wanted, and I shelled out to get it. It's in a great grade, and I absolutely love it.
yeah, for sure. Uh yeah, that's I mean, three solid ass books, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
What are your books you're on the hunt for right now? What are your I don't want to say grails, but what are the three books that you're really seeking out right now?
The one is really hard to come by is Dakin, the Dark Wolverine #1. It's a variant. Marco Djurjevic, he did the cover on it, and it's one of those books that I've been talking about getting for probably 8 or 10 years. I just never, I've never
See
got.
it?
Yeah, I
Do you
never.
see it? Do you see it or do you not even see it?
No, I hardly ever see it. You can find it online, of course,
Sure.
uh, but you hardly ever see it out in the wild or anything. You never see it in any shops. I think I've seen one at a con years ago, and back then I just didn't pick it up.
Is it a
But
big book?
for me, it is not for a lot of other people. Like I guess not a lot of people got into Dakin when he came out, but it's one of those. I think it's 1 in 100 variant, or it might be 1 in 200. I'm not the biggest variant guy, but the artwork on the cover of it is just is pretty incredible. It's got Archangel on there and some of the other guys, just really really cool. Uh,
Okay.
the other one, I don't have a Daredevil #1. I had 2 3 and 4. Well, I have 2 3 and 4, but I've never gotten a #1, and I've been back and forth and back and forth. I need to pull the trigger on getting that.
Are you trying are you looking for a particular shape of that book or you're just like I'm just gonna want it. I don't give a shit what
I
it
want
is.
to get it in like a 4 or 5 at least. Something that's presentable, um, has a nice cover on it, it's complete, all that sort of stuff.
That's what I'm trying to do. Like I have a what is mine? Mine is a I bought it raw and I got it graded. It's a 2.0.
Okay.
So it's a very rough book, but I'm like, that is my plan for that book is to take that 2.0 and just gradually start upgrading it
Yeah.
little by little cuz this is a tall order, but I'm looking for an 8.
Wow.
But I don't want to spend money on it. I want to upgrade through just trading books to
Yes.
get into
Yes.
that way.
Yep.
That's my mission for that book. is just upgrading it little by little. Like I said, at least I have one, so I could say like I have one because I
Yes.
need two more Daredevil books, and I have the complete Volume One run.
Oh, good for you.
And this is something I've been working on for a long time as well.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
and they're it's the first red costume and the first the Submariner one, and then the first Purple Man. And they're not hard books to get. I see them all the time.
Yes.
I'm just like I don't. I'm looking for like nines of those,
Yep.
and I'm like I don't want to spend money, so I'm like looking to find somebody who's willing to trade for
Yes.
those books. So that's why I don't have them yet. I'm like I'll do a trade eventually. Like the Daredevil stuff, like I said, I just want to trade to get those books because that's the last three I have. You
Absolutely.
know?
That's what I did with my Silver Surfer book years ago. I sold a bunch of books or combined a bunch of books to be able to, at the time, I think I paid $500 for that thing to get that Silver Surfer 4. But I did the same thing. I had a ton of books and I just figured it was best to combine the whole thing, get that instead of paying out of pocket because it's so much.
Yeah, it is, and that's what I'm saying. Like I don't have that. I don't have that kind of scratch. Like I don't have kids, so I do have more money than the average person to
Right.
spend on comic books because it is my thing. But at the same time, like I'm not dropping five, six, seven plus $1,000 on a comic book. I don't. I
Stuff.
can't. I can't justify doing that. You
Right.
know.
Right.
But I could. But I have enough. $500 books and $1,000 books where I could start doing some swaps to get that
Sure.
those books,
Yeah.
and that's the great part about collecting is doing it that I find that to be kind of the fun part of
Me too.
collecting is doing swaps and trades, and it doesn't always have to be cash, man. If there's shit you have like
Yeah.
and you don't want it and it's shit that I want, like let's talk and make something
Make it
happen
work.
here.
Yeah, because that's a big nut to put on one
Yeah,
book. I totally get it. Like if I wind up getting a Daredevil one that's about a 5.0, it's probably about 5 grand.
right. For
So
sure.
yeah,
For sure.
yeah,
Uh, um Okay, so your top books are the books you're looking for right now are the Dakin.
yeah.
Uh, what is
There.
was the first and Daredevil number one.
Yeah, the third one is there's an Uncanny X Force variant, number 20. It's a Paul Renault variant. It's a venomized variant of Uncanny X Force, and at one point a nine, I don't know, a 9.6 or a 9.8 was going for $1,500 to $2,000. Yeah, it's come down. I think it's seven
How
eight
is
hundred dollars, but
how are these books this much money, bro? Come on, dude.
it's absolutely crazy. Yeah, and
It's
people were paying. It's worth what people were paying.
I know that's exactly what it is. It's only worth what people are. But how are you spending $1,000 on a brand new book or a book that's come
Yeah,
out in the last fucking 10 years?
it's unbelievable. There's no way. That's why I never bought one all these years, just because of the price alone. It's crazy.
I know it is crazy. Um, are there are there people in your do you have a group of people in your hood that you hang out with, like community people?
As
Do you
far as
have a do you have a group that you do stuff with in general when like do you go to shows? Because you said you've been to the shows, but do you go to shows regularly? Are you a show guy or not really a
I'm
show
not a
guy?
regular guy. I go to a lot of flea markets or comic shops. I go to cons occasionally here and there. As far as a group of collectors, no, I'm a solo collector, if you will. That's why I love interacting on IG with all the guys and everybody. Um, but I've never really got into that whole. It was always I was a standalone guy when it came to collecting, as far as my comic books.
Yeah. Uh, have you met people from the community now? As the 10 years have gone by, have you met people in person now?
I have not. I've been to some, like I said, I've been to some of these cons. I don't know if some of the guys were there. I posted things years ago when I was going to some of them. Never met up with anybody. It's unfortunate because I would love to meet some of the guys that are on here. I have relationships, friendships with some of you guys on here for years. Um,
Right.
Talk on the phone or send text back and forth, talk about this, that, and the other, but never in person. No, nobody.
Yeah. Before you leave, before we exit, there's two things I'm going to ask you. Number one, I would if you could send me your actual phone number
Yeah.
because I've realized that from doing these now, I'm like, bro, what happened to this guy? Like this guy just fell off the fucking planet. Like I was seeing this guy's posts every day, and now I don't see him anymore. Like, is he live? Is he dead? And then I text him or I
Yeah.
Instagram him. I'm like, hey man, hope everything's okay. And
Yeah.
crickets, and I'm like, okay, like so it's like I need to have people's actual phone numbers. And it's not like I'm sitting here gonna send you dick pics, but it's just one of those things that I'm like, if I don't see a poster from, I'll just be like, hey man, as long as everything's cool, great. We don't need to go
Yes.
on with it, but
Yeah.
just to make sure that you're alive and you're okay, kind of thing.
Absolutely. Real quick, I want to tell you, very unfortunate. A couple months ago, there was a guy on here, Make Mine Moon Knight. I interacted with him for about 9, 10 years weekly. We always talked through here. I had reached out to him. He would send me stuff of Moon Knight and Daredevil together, and vice versa. He passed away. I never got to know him. It was absolutely horrible. He was a super nice guy, and like I said, it was a couple months ago, but I do want to make mention of that he was a great guy. Make mine Moon Knight. He was on here for years and
I
years.
think we
Super,
started following. I think I was following him too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. There's so many people like that, and it was like right after the pandemic. I see a lot of people stopped in the last year.
yeah,
A lot of people in the last year. I see their last post was like June of 2025 or something. I'm like,
I've
okay,
seen that
so
too. Yeah,
what's that?
I've
You've
seen that
noticed that
too.
too?
Yeah, yeah,
And I'm like, do I unfollow them because I don't? Are they? I'm like, do I just keep following them because I don't see their posts anymore or whatever, or they're not around anymore? But
right.
it's a bummer. It's a bummer.
It is.
So I need a number from you, and then also if you have a Daredevil pull list, send
Yep.
me that. I'm going to keep my eyes open and send me the three books that you're on the hunt for. And if there's a certain grade you're looking for, and or if you want them graded or not graded, let me know. Because like I said, dude, I'm out there.
Yep.
I am very out there looking at stuff. So especially Daredevil stuff. So if
Yeah.
there's stuff that you're looking for that I might have an extra of, and I'm like, bro, I got you. You know what I'm saying?
That's all
So
you need. Thanks.
if of course, and that's like I said, another reason why, and it gives us a reason to hopefully maybe get together in Baltimore.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Even if you don't go to the con, maybe we can at least.
Yeah.
How far are you from that show? Are you
Yeah.
far from that show? Are you
Baltimore is just under 2 hours, an hour and 45 from here.
okay?
So
So it might be a little hard then. Yeah.
yeah, but if I can swing it, I will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I'm definitely going. So if you want to go out there, if you want to go to the show, is there something stopping you from going to the show, or you just haven't really thought about it?
I just haven't really thought about it, quite honestly.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Well, you
on my
should.
list for this summer to go to a con, but you never.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, is there is there any IG people you want to give a shout out besides Make Mine Moon Knight guy? Is there anybody you'd like to say hi to?
There's three guys. One, the first guy is TPJ Comics. He was the first guy that I met on here 10 years ago. I still talk to him all the time. He lives out in Arizona now. We've always talked about getting together. Super nice guy. We used to send each other just boxes of comics. He's got kids. I would send his kids stuff. He would send my daughter stuff. Super nice guy. The second guy is Just Plume. His name's Juan. Super, really good guy. He lives down in Florida. He's a real good busting balls kind of guy. Gives it back and forth. He gets
He's in
into.
Florida.
He's in Florida. Yeah, super
Okay.
nice guy. Really,
Where's he at? Where's he out in Florida?
closer to Miami.
Okay, because I'm going down there again. I go out there because I got a whole crew of guys that I hang out with from Florida now. That
Okay.
kind of got me the reason to kind of doing this because the
Yeah.
guys in Florida kind of it was Puff
Okay.
Comics. If you follow like Stay Puff,
Yep.
he was the kind of the guy that kind of brought me into the Florida crew. So
Yep.
I'm friends with all these Florida people now.
Yeah.
And it kind of by doing that kind of made me want to do it in Chicago. I'm like, why don't I have more people in Chicago? Like they all have a community. Like I need to kind of get a community going. And now I have one in Chicago, which is great. I have a bunch of guys that I we go see movies with, and this and there, go, go to shows or whatever, do shows with and stuff like that. So it
Yeah.
is nice. It is really nice having that.
Oh,
So let me know who he is, so because he might be someone I want to hook up with when I get out there.
absolutely, absolutely. And the last guy is Big Daddy Diecast Cook.
Oh,
I've watched him for years and years, and I've interacted with him. I've never met him in person. Just seems like
yeah.
a really down to earth, cool guy. I'd love to meet him someday.
Yeah, I asked him. He's been. Diecast, why are you being so weird about doing this with me? Because he was actually the first guy I asked, because
Yeah.
he's him and Puff were like the two guys that I think that I remember very vividly interacting with a lot, and when we
Yep.
first started.
Yep.
And I asked him, I was like, hey, do you want to do an IG live with me? He's like, about what? And I'm like, just about no, like typical diecast. He's like, for what? And I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, your face is all over your Instagram. What are you ashamed of? I'm like, just do it with me. So
Yeah.
I'm going to get him. I will wear him down, and I will do one of these with him, because I think him and I will have a
Too. Yeah. Yeah.
we will have fun. I will have fun with him for sure. And I just did one with Puff, and Puff's a super dude. What a super nice guy. Like, such a good dude in the community. And then Steve Whiting is another guy that I'm looking forward to doing one with. He's
Okay.
a goat in the comic book community too. He's not super active on IG, but he's a goat when you're hanging out with him. He's just such a sweet, sweet, sweet dude.
Yeah.
And anybody in Florida who knows him, you know exactly what I'm talking about Steve. Like, everybody loves Steve. He's just
Yeah.
such a sweet dude. They're
Got it.
all good dudes. I'm not saying that this guy's not, but he was just one of those guys that everybody's like, don't talk to Steve, but don't tell him what you like. Don't tell him what you like, because he's just and then I learned very quickly about Steve and how Steve is, and he's just, and Cantonese Comic Kid and Bronze Age Brian, all these guys that are, like I said, they're more YouTubey guys than they are Instagram guys at this point, or they've kind of leaned into the YouTube thing a little bit more.
Okay.
And I like the YouTube thing. It's just it's hard for me to sit and watch this, even like to do, like, it's a big thing for me to do this. It's an hour, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying, to do that, and I don't have that listening time of an hour to sit and listen to all this stuff that I want to listen to. So I get to pick and choose. And if I hear somebody on something, I'm into it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. I mean, it's the community is great. I'm really happy to have this community for
Me too.
sure.
Me too.
And you should really try to make more. If you don't, make more of an effort to make a community around you, because it does help out a lot. I feel like it's helped me out a lot mentally, especially since the pandemic.
Yep.
Of Because, like I said, man, I was such a fucking asshole pre-pandemic. Just like, not asshole, but just like, I grilled everybody and I ride everybody hard. And I still do, in a loving way.
Yeah.
But
Same
I've
way.
just chilled out. I've just chilled out. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't. I just appreciate the people around, these people in this community now so much more. And I'm just like, it's just rad. And everybody, like I said, just the fact that you came on here and did this with me today is awesome. I appreciate that too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Um,
Before we go, I want to show you one last thing.
Please.
You had talked about the comic that was most dear to me. Uh,
Yeah.
this was given to me by my dad.
What? What?
Yeah. So this is the big one, and this is what originally one of the books that I was able to keep from his collection. There wasn't a lot that was left, but to be able to have this at all is pretty wild.
Whatever. Let's move on. What are you talking about? What is that? Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah, pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah, that was his. He bought it off the shelf, and it was well loved. It was definitely well loved.
Did you get it graded, or did he have it graded
No, I
already?
had it graded probably 8, 10 years ago.
Wow.
I had it forever, and yeah, I sent it off to have it graded because I always wanted to have it up and show off, essentially.
Was that okay? So my ignorance here a little bit was, since you've had other old books graded, was there a significant price difference getting that book graded compared to like a earlier Daredevil book or something like that? Like, what
Yeah,
was the
they do a walkthrough. You pay for a walkthrough basically to speed up the whole process, to expedite the whole thing, and because of the value of it, the insurances on this and that when you send it to CGC to get graded. So yes,
right?
it was definitely it was more money. I'm sure it's even more at the time, but 8, 10 years ago, it wasn't quite as bad. It was only I don't know, maybe it was $150 versus $20 back then.
Oh wow, that's nothing.
No,
$150 is not.
exactly.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
right. Right.
Because I've heard stories people are like, oh, you get that, it's going to cost you like $300-400. I'm like, why should it cost you $300 or $400 more than a book that's like I don't understand the purpose of why does it cost more to get an older book or a bigger book
A
graded?
bigger valuable book. That's what mostly it is. It's the cost of the insurances to get it done and all that sort of stuff. But they call it a walkthrough. I think essentially they bring in their top grader or whatever. And they go through the whole thing more delicately or more specifically for a book like that.
Right.
So
Fascinating. Wow. Congrats.
thank
Big
you.
congrats. Big congrats.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I mean, if you pull out a Superman now, I'll be like, thank you. I'm done with you. One more. Let me show you one more thing I got. Wow. Wow. You just floored me that you have that.
That's cool. Yeah, and it was my dad's. He bought it off the shelf
Yeah.
ago, and yeah, that was one of the things from years and years ago that I always remembered. And then, like I said, when I decided to get it graded, it was pretty cool feeling.
Yeah, I bet. Did you
Yeah.
watch Selling Superman, that documentary?
No, I did not.
You should watch it. It's pretty fun. It's a pretty
Okay,
fun documentary. It's on Amazon Prime, I think.
okay.
It's about this dude who his dad. Do you know what it is? Do you know anything about this?
And you might
So
start telling me. Maybe I did watch it. I don't think so, though.
it's about a guy. His dad was a comic book collector, and he never talked about it with the family. And he has, dude, the most ridiculous collection you've
All
ever
right.
seen. And he has a Superman #1,
Okay.
and he's got 80 copies of fucking first appearance of Brother Voodoo.
Wow.
Just like these crazy books. You're like, he doesn't have one, two, three. He's got like 30 copies, 40
Wow.
copies of these crazy books. And dude, it's as a nerd, it's even my wife was interested in it and she's not even into this. She's like,
Yep.
and it's like a 5-part documentary
Okay.
and it drags a little bit and this and that. And then he gets involved with this guy, Harley Yee. If you know who Harley Yee is, he's a guy who's been doing the conventions forever.
Yeah, I've heard the name.
Um, um, you've seen his. If you've gone to a show, you've seen him before.
Yeah.
He's at every damn big show. He's got fire books, this and that. I bought stuff from him through the years, this and that. But he kind of teamed up with him to help him start selling part of his collection and these other guys. It's like I said, dude. It's a pretty. If you're as a comic book fan, and that says even if you're not a Superman fan, it's as a comic book fan, it's a really
Good watch.
cool. Yeah, definitely a fun, interesting watch because you're just like, yeah, it's stuff like that. They're like, there's hope. There's hope for all of us to get, you know, your white whale book. You know what I'm saying? And like, so people talk about grails. It's like, how many grails are there? There's only one grail. You know what I'm saying? It's like Action Comics is
Yeah,
the grail of all grails. Whether you're a Superman fan or not, that's
not.
the grail of grails.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know, and that's why everybody has their grail, but not the grail. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, like I mean, Action Comics Superman #1 and Amazing Fantasy 15, like those are like the creme de la creme books, you
Yes.
know, and maybe Captain America Comics #1 too would probably be up
Oh, hell
there,
yeah.
you know, also. But I've
Detective
never even seen,
Comics #7. Yep.
I've never even seen that in real life. I've never seen a Captain America Comics #1 in front of me before, even a point five, or I've never seen that book in front of me.
Wow.
And Captain America is one of my all-time favorite characters. Also, like
That's
I'm a
awesome.
huge Captain America fan. I mean, I have his full run, volume one full run.
Okay.
So like, I mean, yeah, it's congrats, bro. That's all I can say. You've just dumbfounded me that you just pulled that out. I was like, oh, one last thing. Let me, let me pull this out for you. Let me pull this out for you real quick. Oh man, super cool, super cool. Thank you so much for showing that to me as well as everybody here on
Sure.
YouTube and Instagram for that. So congratulations on that, and yeah, hopefully you put that in a safe place for
Yeah,
down
so
the road.
glad to share it
That'll,
with everybody. It's cool.
yeah, no, it's super cool. Um, any final thoughts before we part?
No, I just really like what you said about the IG comic community and trying to get more people together and do stuff like this. I think it's really cool, other than just interacting on there, texting back and forth or what have you, and trying to, people who are interested in the same things actually get together and do things together. I think it's cool. I really do.
Right. No, for sure. Thank you. And like I said, I appreciate you coming on and doing it. And uh, send me that information, all that information I asked for. If you have any guys that I should be following, let me know, and I could tag them in the post, at least so people go follow them. Also, if there's anything that you want to plug, if you do you have anything that you're into that you want to plug or anything, you're just like just
Yeah,
follow me
I
on
appreciate that
Instagram.
immensely. No, I just enjoyed shooting the shit with you and talking about collecting and all that and the people who are on here. I think it's
Yeah,
very
man.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Um, yeah, we'll talk. Like I said, we'll keep in the loop now that we've had some experience with each other somewhat face to face. We can be a little more social on social media.
Yeah, man, absolutely, absolutely.
All right. I appreciate you. Talk to you soon. Go follow all those comics and follow my YouTube, Beach Vibes. And I'll be back next week. I think I have an episode next week, and then the
Cool.
following week I'm going to be off. I think next week I'm doing Quest for Legends. I don't know if you know him.
Yes, I do. Yep.
He's a Florida guy,
Yeah.
and he's another early on guy I've been following for a long time. So
Yep.
I'm excited to talk to him, and he's a trip. I'm sure you've seen his Instagram.
He seems like a real fun guy. I've been following him for just as long too, 10 years or so.
Right.
So
Right. So yeah, so he should be a fun talk to. So all
yeah,
right, my man. I talk to you. Enjoy your Sunday.
thanks.
Thanks for doing this, and we will talk soon, okay?
All right, buddy. Take care.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Peace.
See
Ciao.
you.